week we're going to be talking about how to taste wine. So I've chosen two different Sauvignon Blancs, a grape that I think everybody is familiar with and that everybody loves, to illustrate some of the different things you want to look for when you're tasting wines at home. So we have here the Collision Point Sauvignon Blanc, which is from California. It's from Lake County, California, so it's a warm climate Sauvignon Blanc. And on this side we have a Sancerre, which is from France's Loire Valley, a relatively cool climate and a classic area for growing the Sauvignon Blanc grape. Now the first thing when you do when you taste a wine, pour a little bit in the glass. It always helps to have a little bit of wine in the glass. So we're going to pour a little bit of the Collision Point on this side, and a little bit of the Carène Lauvergeat Sancerre on this side. Now you may not be able to see the color of these so clearly at home, but I think what you can tell about these is that the color is pretty pale and sort of a lemony green color. It's very bright and fresh looking. Now these wines are relatively young, and Sauvignon Blanc should be fairly pale and sort of lemony green in color. If you opened a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc at home and it looked a little bit orange or golden, that might indicate that there's a problem. So the next thing you want to do is to sniff the wine. And you want to swirl it a little bit first, just like this. You can use it at the top of your table if you like to hold it steady. You do that with both wines. And doing this helps to release the volatile elements that are in the wine that help you to smell it. It's actually the chemical compounds, and they need a little oxygen so that you can smell them. Scientific, but it's pretty easy. So we're going to take first just a really quick sniff. First of that one, and then of that one. And what I'm doing there is just making sure that it smells like wine. It should smell fresh and fruity. For Sauvignon Blanc, those aromas should be sort of citrusy, lemon, lime, grapefruit, peaches, melons, pineapples, a little bit of grass. And that's kind of what I smell. If you smell a little bit of cardboard or mold or something that smells like grandma's basement, that's not okay. And the wine should be taken back to your local store or sent right back to the sommelier. Next thing you want to do, take a little bit of a deeper sniff. And what you're doing now, and what I was doing just then, is assessing the aromas of the wine. Not only making sure that it's okay, but the wine smells good. So with these two Sauvignon Blancs, what I'm noticing is that there are some differences in the aromas here. And that's one of the differences between the climate of California and France's Loire Valley. In the California wine, lemon, lime, and citrus and white peach, it's a fairly light aroma. And in the Sancerre, it's much more pungent. It really leaps out of the glass and has a little bit more grassiness, fresh cut grass and asparagus mixing with the grapefruit and lemon lime flavors and a little bit of white peach. And those differences are really what make these wines kind of special. You know you're drinking a wine from Sancerre when you smell these chalky soil and oyster shells, and don't be afraid of the pipi du chat, and a little bit of asparagus, which is always present in these wines from a cool climate. Whereas in California, where it's warmer, you tend to have more pink grapefruit and white peach and pineapple sort of aromas to it. So it's a good thing that's what I smell here, and that's what I smell here. So they smell similar, but they're quite different. So now I'm going to taste them. And when you're tasting the wine, take just a little bit of wine into your mouth, and almost like you're slurping hot coffee, you want to draw a little bit of air into your mouth and over the wine, and it makes sort of an annoying noise, which you're going to hear me make, hopefully. And then you swallow the wine, which is the best part. And drawing that air over the wine in your mouth like I was doing, making that annoying noise, it's helping me to taste what I smelled. And actually 90% of what you taste happens right here. So drawing that air over the wine in your mouth helps to release more of those aromatics, and you smell them right up here, which then tells your tongue what you're tasting. And it tastes like it smelled. A little bit of fresh pineapple, fresh grapefruit, almost a nectarine-like citrus, a very ripe citrusy note to it. And then the Sancerre. And just like I expected, as it was on the nose, a little bit more juicy. It's a little bit more white grapefruit, lemon lime, Definitely has a little bit of fresh cut grass and asparagus to it, and is very, very pretty. Between the two, they both taste like Sauvignon Blanc. We've gone through all of the steps now, except for the very final one. That's the finish. And the finish of the wine is how long that flavor lasts on your palate when you've swallowed the wine. The Collision Point had a nice finish to it, lasted about 10 seconds or so on my palate, nice and clean and citrusy and finished nice and fresh and left your mouth ready for the next sip. Now, Sancerre lasted a little bit longer on the palate, about 30 to 45 seconds. Nice flavors of oyster shell and limestone chalk and grapefruit and fresh asparagus. So a little bit longer finish on this bottle. Both wines are really great values. They really typify, I think, what's the best in California Sauvignon Blanc and what people love and what is so classic about Sancerre. So for $14, the Collision Point from California is a great buy. It's a perfect wine for every day. And it really drinks like a great California Sauvignon Blanc. Really shows what they can do with the grape. Now, the Loire Valley, classic home of Sauvignon Blanc, so Sancerre is something that we know, that we love, and is always a classic. At $21, this is also a great value in terms of Sancerre, which can be quite pricey these days because of its popularity, and everybody loves Sauvignon Blanc. But for $14 and $21, you can come to Maslow 6 and get a couple of wines that are going to make you very happy, going to carry you through the week, and going to carry you through the summer. So come and join us for some more education at Maslow 6 on YouTube, and please follow us on Twitter.